good when they have a creep, when they have metamorphosis up. Other than that, I just don't feel these two heroes like very strong in terms of like moving around the map, getting stuff done. So you need someone like an Earth Spirit. I would love to see some kind of burst damage against the TB. He's like Enchantress and the TB, you can't hit them. High armor, Enchantress with the ulti, so you need some kind of a burst. I mean, I would be okay with getting something like a Drow Ranger once again. I think.
Unfortunately, it's banned out.
It's banned out? Okay.
Yeah. They banned out Drow, PL, and Morphling, so all kind of innate TB counters at different times within the game. Oh, they go for an Ember, which is one of the counters to a
Sure,
Terrorblade.
sounds good.
Jump on him, it's pretty strong. You're already showing you don't have a lot of hard lockdown in your supports. Sure, Earthra has the role, but realistically, it's not the go-to stuns that you really want against an Ember Spirit. And I'm much preferring this draft from HellRaisers. Like, this is what I want to see. Like, in that game too, them picking the Omni there, it throws away the value of the Phoenix Clockwork opening. But when you pick up that skirmish hero, it basically cushions you to be able to really surprise your opponent, because like your first pick, right? You don't really control any of the draft. It's the unfortunate side. The only pick that you get on first pick that is like, haha, gotcha, is this final pick in that second phase. So picking up this Ember, you can flex between 1 and 2, and it allows HellRaisers to have that kind of surprise factor in their draft without getting carried away with these Omni Knight flex, the Void Spirit flex.
Yeah, so we were proposing so many alternatives for the Omni Knight in the previous draft because it didn't seem very HellRaisers to lock in their position so early on into a draft, because once the Omni's on the table, it became pretty confident that it was going to be 5 o'clock for Phoenix, 3 Omni. But here they are leaving more windows for opportunity, although for what it's worth, Enchantress fairly good against Ember Spirit, being able to dispel off that Flame Guard.
They might just go Puck here on Khan. And just flex it between the 3 and then the mid potentially.
To fall around the Ember Spirit?
Exactly. And then they'll just clean out their draft. Because again, being second pick for some reason, you get to... I hate draft order. I won't lie.
You need some extra lockdown. I was thinking Legion Commander, but for HellRaisers, to be honest.
Okay.
So they don't have the Egg Hitter. I guess that's why they decided to go with the Legion Commander. Great dispel against the Phoenix spell. Same goes for Embers. Terrorblade's not a hero that wants to, just hit the egg. That's my issue. I've seen Terrorblades play against the Phoenix. You want to focus on different targets instead of just going for the egg. And here's a TB counter.
Much nicer draft coming out from HellRaisers. And this is the value of this entry to second phase. You pick in your Ember, you just get to do the counter. And when you pick the TB in the first phase, you have to decide, okay, so what are we really dealing with, okay? So they want to take away the instant aggression, and they're hoping to end the game before the Arc is able to really play Dota. Because again, Arc is a greedy hero. He likes to buy Midas, bots, Maelstrom, and then he starts doing damage. So a lot of gold is invested in allowing him to start properly farming, which again, can be exploitable. If you have this early blink on Legion, you're sweeping the map. But again, the scary thing is, it puts Khan on a timer. And we saw already how when these teams are playing into a timer, 9 times out of 10, they lose. Because they're not able to execute at that high level just to close out the game quick enough.
I would not say they're on timer, but just by watching these two heroes play against each other a couple of times in the Immortal League, Arc Warden I think he won every single time.
Yep.
You can get MKB. It's also not the item that you want to buy on TB. You kind of want to get the different items, so should be your like 3rd/4th item in this kind of a matchup, so you can actually deal the damage inside the bubble, but still favoring Arc Warden because he naturally builds into the items that counter high armor hero like a Terrorblade and have illusion clear with the Mjolnir.
Alright, I don't know if I'm being stupid. What is that ban from Khan? The second to last ban.
That'll be Undying.
That's Undying?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think that's his typical portrait. He's looking...
I was so confused.
He's looking a little
Pretty
bit more
face.
emotional than usual. Yeah. He's angry.
Oh, okay, it is Undying.
Like,
My eyes are just terrible.
I thought production
Wow.
was just trolling and put Kyle's face on it, but it's
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
Undying.
It's like the nose proportions and then the cheek. But
I could not recognize Broodmother the other day. I legit
yeah.
could not see what
I
hero
couldn't
it
say
is.
Slardar. Slardar was a difficult one.
Okay, wow.
It's okay. Sacrifices must be made for this glorious pantheon that we've constructed here.
Again, Khan. Bans basically Timbersaw, it's one of those heroes that they can never really kill in the game, and it will buy so much time to allow the greediness from this Arc Warden. Again, Ember can be greedy as well if he knows that there's this one hero in the game that's soaking up so much space. So really great ban from the Timbersaw.
That I would like to see here, maybe switch things around and get Wyvern. Put your last hero as position 5 against a TB, against a Legion commander. It could be extremely effective. But I think they're just going to go with their old school stuff.
This is beautiful HellRaisers. This is what I like to see. This is the HellRaisers classic from back in the day. 3 months ago.
They have no spells that can stun Pangolier during the roll, which I really like, unless Legion buys Ether. Yeah. That's a big brain play right there.
Well, actually, Keen Optic may give you enough range. I'm not sure, but...
Get a cheeky telescope and then off we go, boys. Yeah. But yeah, for Khan, I'm very scared that the Terrorblade was a very expected pick for them, and they haven't covered it with enough team fight so that when they approach an objective, I'm really scared that this Rolling Thunder, Hookshot, Ember Spirit jumping in, Egg, is so overwhelming that Khan, their approach to objectives isn't really clean. It's Terrorblade hitting, Legion, Earth Spirit both sit behind in the backline. They wait to reinitiate. And that's not what you want to see against this HellRaisers lineup. It's not good under complete team aggression. So
I'm just trying to think of a hero that, you know, checks the boxes, that is good against the Pangolier, possibly stop his ulti during the roll. I mean, something that's good in the laning stage. Yeah, okay. I mean, they had very limited options. Something that can close the gap. They picked it too fast. I could not finish my sentence, but that's pretty much the only hero that I see that is viable here. And I don't think it's the best one. You know, it sounds good, but that's the best option that they had, considering what was banned out. There was Storm Spirit, Void Spirit banned out. They picked the Ember for themselves.
I think Khan, they have a pretty hard game ahead of them, where if they can get to a very nice BKB timing on Terrorblade and utilize every BKB usage for a Roshan, for a tower, maybe they can get some type of grip on the game. But I just see HellRaisers, they're so scary.
Yeah, this lineup looks, you know, easy Dota. You know what they're going to do with the lineup. Seems pretty easy to execute. I like these kind of lineups. Looking at Khan's draft, doesn't seem that easy, you know. If TB gets pressured in the lane, it could just... And they lose one more lane, it could just be a disaster for them.
Yeah, pretty much. They could be feeding profusely pretty soon.
So then it seems like a good opportunity to maybe take advantage of these odds if you're an underdog, but I don't know, 2.46148. I also am with you guys. It seems like this Terrorblade is going to be overwhelmed because it's not even like there's a early game advantage that their draft has. Early, mid, and late all seem locked up by HellRaisers. So
these illusions are going to be gone very soon. You know, you're playing into Ember Spirit, Arc Warden, Swashbuckle, Disarm, Pangolier, Ulti. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get much use of those illusions from TB. I'm going with the HellRaisers for sure.
Yeah, same, I agree. Great analysis there, Lacoste. Thank you.
As always, to add that.
Of course, as is to be expected. Let's see which team will be able to survive here in this divine bracket as we find out who will be eliminated in this game number 3.
Yeah, let's find out coming into this one. And what do you reckon? So it seems the panel very much enjoying what HellRaisers is coming out with this time, feeling that it's a pretty solid draft, has sort of all areas of the game covered. Do you agree, or do you see something from Khan that could come in really strong this match?
I would say I agree in the sense that I think it's HellRaisers' favorite. I would say it's like 60-40.
Yeah.
I have seen this Legion Commander Arc Warden matchup go both ways. If Legion can get off to a good start, you can just blink dual Arc Warden every single time and you'll kill him. If Arc Warden gets off to a good start and he can play on the back, you can protect everybody from duel. Same thing with TB versus Arc Warden. Like, if you can get TB to an item advantage, he gets the MKB. If you can jump the Arc Warden, he can absolutely shred him. You give TB his timing. So I really think it, you know, as with a lot of Dota, it depends a lot on the laning stage. Who wins the laning stage, who gets the advantage, and playing with the gold lead, I think, in this game, because it's 60-40, you're just going to win the game, no matter what team you are.
But it definitely overall seems like a very different feel to the draft from Khan in particular, in comparing to what they had in Game 2 and what worked for them so well. Do you think that's sort of a problem? Like, when you look back at what won them the Game 2, do you feel that the side might have been better vested going for something more similar?
You know, it's one game. I think it looked really great. I think they played it really well. But with a lead, I think that these heroes can look a lot like the heroes in the previous game. Like, I totally agree, the Khan lineup is a lot harder to execute, but it's only a lot harder to execute on even gold. If you have an Orchid on Queen of Pain, if you have items on Earth Spirit, so you can roll in, you can get more than one silence off, you can get, you know, multiple rolls onto multiple different people. Like, these heroes are great team fighters. They just look like shit in team fights if they're behind. But if they're ahead, they're good at team fighting.
And have we got some lanes here where we're going to see Khan have a good shot at getting ahead in the laning stage?
I think it's possible. I 100% do think it's possible. Queen of Pain should do perfectly fine in the mid lane. On the bot lane, you have Legion Commander who can purge the Arc Warden Q. So I do think it's closer than what the draft panel was saying, in my opinion, but it's still, I would say, 60-40. I think it's a lot easier for HellRaisers to execute. You just go even in the lanes and then get to the mid game, and you probably win.
And at this level of play, when you're seeing Quap versus Ember in the mid, are you not taking the Shadow Strike because you are going to assume that he is going to be able to dodge it every time with the Sleight of Fist, or do you still play for it, and is that actually harder than it seems to dodge reliably, so you still go for some daggers?
I think you still level dagger.
Yeah? You don't think he's just going to dodge him?
You can bait the Sleight of Fist, and then also sometimes it hits as well, depending on what creeps you hit. In
you have to sort of slide through the where it's coming. Otherwise it will chase you.
Exactly. So it's a bit weird, but I would love to. And the only reason I'm saying that he should go for the Q is because I feel like he needs to win this lane. Like, they need to win the lanes on Khan to have this game look great for them.
I mean, as you say, if he can play with sort of the baiting of the council casting, but starting the lane anyway with the scream. So just to secure that first range creep. And we'll see how he plays onwards from level 2. And if he gets the chance to harass Ego that much in the lane.
Unfortunately, doesn't take off that level 1 Ember shield. That would be very convenient if it worked like that. Funnick, he used the Swashbuckle already.
Yeah, he did, and this is under a TV with Meta. So a lot of damage coming out onto Funnick. He's going to try and juke through the trees, but one more hit. South will save him. Suzuya's still going to continue to hunt. They just need to find vision of him, and Suzuya will. As Funnick is running, comes in with another swashbuckle. It's close, but Suzuya will win the trade. And now King Ah, he's been slowed. He's going to go down as well there. Another Fairy Fire keeps Suzuya alive and can't start things off with 2 kills on the top lane.
And multiple Salve and Fairy Fire baits happening there. Very nice. I think if you're the TV, you're super stoked with that. Get that early kill. You don't expect to get a kill with the level 1 meta. It's usually just to kind of zone off the creep wave and get some last hits. But picking up a kill with that's the dream.
They're getting the 2 of them. I mean, they've got to be careful up there. I mean, obviously now the meta's going to come to an end, so should be a much less danger against this duo of Khan. Bottom lane. Cheshire Cat should be fine here, able to get out of range of the Spark Wraith. Mid lane, how we're seeing things go down. Looks like he's managing to connect with daggers. Maya at the moment has got a dagger upon him. Sorry, not Maya. Because the Ember Maya able to hit the daggers. But may, I mean, if anything be the case, do you still put a second point in it in this lane, or do you keep it at the 1?
The dagger?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he got the second point.
Oh, he has got the second point.
Yep,
Okay, so he's gone to
totally skipped lane.
2-0-1. Okay. I mean, I guess he knows there's not going to be anyone rotating, right? He's not going to have to jump away. This is the slight Flame Guard build. There's nothing to catch him.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He's not going to feed in this lane unless he does something incredibly pathetic.
Yeah, Phoenix is very unlikely to rotate too, so it's not like there's much threat happening from the supports.
No, yeah, you're just playing to as you say, well, at least try and win the lane. So far, though, Ember doing more than okay, 13-1 against the 9-2, so these early levels not doing too much for the Quap in favor against the Ember.
I think if this was pre-nerf Queen of Pain, she'd probably destroy this matchup, but mana cost increases, damage decreases, it does hurt. It definitely hurts. And Mapashka, I love how aggressive he plays on this 5 Clockwork. Like, he makes this look so damn good. I mean, he does a lot of damage at level 1. Like, I understand why this hero's played as a 5 now. How do you trade with him? You just do this over and over.
I mean, again, he's perfect trap onto Cheshire Cat. Gilga in with the save, though, and that'll do it. Gets Khan back to safety. Gilga, we've seen his Spirit before and already starting to show signs of greatness once again in this lane. as he's able to counter the setup there from Miposhka.
Gilger is such a good player, man. He's been impressive consistently in all of these games that we've seen.
Top. Suzuya. Boxer there from Funnick. Do it. As HellRaisers able to get themselves a kill here between the two of them up top.
Yeah, going for the more aggro build on Enchantress, skipping the heal, so if he gets caught, he's just dead. But this does let him harass a lot more and protect his TB with that constant damage.
4-minute rune will be up on top. Mario's going to be able to secure that. There's the extra value of another dagger out onto the Ember. So more time where he's going to be pushed away from the lane.
Super nice to get this illusion rune against the Ember, because you know that if he ever tries to chains you and a gank comes out, you just press the illusion. Not that he has the chains right now, but if he did want to go for that, you would have the counter.
Top lane. Gonna make another move onto Suzuya. This time Naive has Meta back up, but hard for him to really punch into it. Between the disarms and the fire spirits, actually very hard for the TB to fight back at all. He tries to turn, but another disarm instantly comes out from Funnick in the passive.
One of the few heroes that can just walk up to a meted TB and trade with them, because he just prevents TB from doing literally any damage. Very convenient.
Runes coming out as well. We're going to see side of HellRaisers get themselves 3 of them.
Nice little stack camp there. Just opting to farm on the Ember Spirit, not really going for any kills. No points in Q, just the farming abilities.
See Gilga coming in, making sure that Miposhka can't get that. Can't get the pull down of the bottom lane, so continued farm will keep flowing into the Legion. Again, heads over, and we'll be able to disrupt this one here. Oh, look, that won't be able to get all of them, so still Kasani's able to get the side pull.
You know what, I played a pub with Puppy, and he literally just farmed easy camps. I was so confused. His core didn't need help in lane, so he just actually farmed easy camps.
What was he playing?
Treant Protector.
Okay.
And that's exactly what Miposhka just did. Obviously, he couldn't get the pull off, but it's so easy to kill, right? And it's like extra gold that's coming from nowhere, especially if it's like the enemy easy camp. That's always super nice if you can just take that farm away from them. And you don't see supports do that. Well, I mean, we just did, but recently, you've never seen supports doing that.
Gilga. He's in with the setup. There's the kill. Follow-up Sonic Wave from Mayo as Gilga seizes an opportunity. That ward down on the cliff, giving them all the information they need for Gilga to just lead in and kill off an Ember that was level 6, but not quite having the mana by the looks of it to jump back to the Remnant.
So giving Mio the good game, but this does make it hard for Cheshire Cat to continue lane down here. Of course, with Gilger showing up, it becomes a little bit easier, but we can see Arc Warden has a pretty significant level advantage down here, which is exactly what he would like. Get that level 6 as soon as possible. Get this one.
And do you think this is understandable as well? We are seeing top lane, the TB, he's already checked out of this lane. He doesn't want to come back here. He's sticking to the jungle now. Did he need to leave this early?
I honestly think if Enchantress didn't die a couple too many times, he could be up here and still be pressuring. But with the Pango 6, I mean, look at this. It's with the levels, it's just impossible to survive up here. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Funnick, we saw again game 1, this game 3, it's a similar sort of level of hero, right? This Pango with the Rolling Thunder has the potential to cause as much, if not even more chaos than what Funnick was doing in game 1 on the Sand King. Yeah. And he's off to an explosive start again. Like this Pango, he's top net worth. So you got to keep your eyes on Funnick. He's on track to have another game where he's just going to be messing with Khan throughout the mid-game fights.
Right, and he did great in the Omni-Knight game in terms of, like, his farm was good. He was doing great stuff in the laning phase, but you're an Omni.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell do you do after the laning stage is over? Like, this actually gives him the ability to make plays, which I think he's been doing a fantastic job at throughout the entire tournament. Like, Funnick has been playing on point, for sure.
Oh, we've got 8-minute rune. Is it going to be up the top? Ends up being down the bottom. Miposhka will grab it. Naive able to get Miposhka for it. As Miposhka did try and come around for the Abyss Rune, but looks like he may have been a little too low HP. Top lane, Funnick trying to get the catch onto Mio. Another bounce here, and had they got the damage, he's slowed down by the proc. Funnick, he's done it. Just as the blink came off cooldown. Couldn't get out in time, Mio, and You got to watch out. Funnick's feeling himself here as well, tipping out onto the Quap. Funnick off to this fantastic start as the Pangolier.
I like the call for him to just cancel the ult as soon as he got on top of the Queen of Pain. If he bounces back, by the time the stun is over, Queen of Pain has blink up. So he just opts to go for the most damage possible before the blink is up.
We'll see down bottom. Kasani hunting with the Spark Wraiths. Cheshire Cat pretty tanky though, and it has the backup of Mio. Mio comes in, jumps forward with the Sonic Wave onto Kasani. Kasani is going to go straight for the TP out, but they've got the nukes to take him out before he gets away. Duel over onto Meposhka. They'll get the two of them. Can't get the big kill on Kasani and secure dual damage for Cheshire Cat.
This game kind of seems like Funnick versus Mio at this point. You know, like they're both just running around, putting so much pressure on. They're the ones that are instigating all of the kills. I mean, it's the heroes. Like, it's what they're supposed to be doing. But Mio is definitely like keeping up with Funnick in terms of the pressure that he's applying. Like coming down, killing this Arc Warden. You could tell the Arc Warden was kind of feeling himself there. The fact that he had the levels, he's winning this lane, just able to completely zone out and destroy a Legion Commander. And then you have a Quap TP, and it's like, uh-oh, this is no longer a good play. Just rushing the drums on Cheshire Cat. Not even phase boots.
Dire are scanning.
I like it. Extra stats. Super efficient. Arguably more efficient than boots. A lot of people are even going drums over boots, such as on Invoker in the last game that we saw.
See around the rune. Mio. He's got the blink away. That will get him out of there. Or will it? Funnick did come in with a Rolling Thunder. Not able to chase down the Quap. Turns over towards Gilga, who's rolled over the cliff and in a nice little hiding spot here. Not aware of his position. So getting away there from Funnick's attempt to initiate with the Rolling Thunder. Cheshire Cat TPing over to the mid to start the defense. Looks like they have ended up finding Meposhka, as Meposhka caught out by Gilga as Gilga drops the Magnetize, kills off the clock. Funnick over towards mid, still trying to go in onto Cheshire Cat. Extra TP's coming in, not soon enough though. The swashbuckle from Funnick seals the deal, Calm will fall. Gilga rolls away, but HellRaisers now with the space to finish off this tier 1 tower mid by the looks of it. Very early on here, just coming up at the 11-minute mark unless Khan can pull something out.
Yeah, they still have that catapult alive. It's the most important thing. And now they're protecting the creep wave for the next one to arrive. So this is surely dead. Very nice move from HellRaisers here. Getting that mid tower with the Arc Warden, which you wouldn't expect. Although you also wouldn't expect a roll.
He went for a long TP. He went for a long TP here, Kasani, but it was a bait. It was a bait. The ult comes out from King Art. 2 dying under the Supernova. And bait successful there with a long TP from the Arc Warden that Kasani will tell you was intentional.
Meposhka up there top. He's like, I did that on purpose. I made your TP long. That was intentional. Yeah, very nice. Good turnaround there from Phoenix, knowing that like, okay, this is a bit of a risky TP here. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
I mean,
stupid core players.
I mean, because that's sort of the move that makes you think, well, maybe there was some sort of science to it, because in a lot of those cases, you'd be like, all right, screw that guy. He just got caught out with Bailey.
Yeah,
but they didn't. They turned and fought, and it paid off. That didn't though. Funnick sticking around in mid. Down bottom, getting caught out by the format push of Khan. As Naive gets the kill. And Khan will find this tier 1 tower. There's no Supernova. TPs are coming in. Actually, meta's coming to an end. Maybe they can try and push them away. We'll see. King Art looks towards Suya, but no, the tower still falls. Khan getting the objectives in return. And Mio heading in with the boost to speed, but still not wanting to dive any further as the ace comes to an end.
I'm a little surprised that Arc Warden doesn't have any points in his bubble. Like, if you watch Arteezy play this hero, he'll go level 2 bubble. Just because it's been buffed so much. But against the TB, I think if you TB the clone in there, you can actually defend that bot tower by just bubbling the tower. TB doesn't want to walk in to that thing.
You're right. Early bubble does seem to be very strong.
It's super popular right now. Lots of people are going for it. Just opting to go for pure nukage, though. Like, he wants to fight. He's not interested in playing around the bubble.
Oh, they go again, HellRaisers. They have got the 6 on Meposhka, so they've got the catch at the hook shot. Will always be there to follow up a chain set up from Ego. Ego. They're going to be able to find Gilga.
Amazing positioning from Gilger. That's, yeah, exactly. I would tip him too. Like, just sitting on the high ground like that, scouting that smoke, it looks so unimpressive because he's dead, but that is half of being a good support, is doing that.
Yeah.
That is legitimately like one of the biggest differentiators between good and bad supports.
Because it's essentially what a dead kill, right? You get that, but nothing's going to really come of it. You know, getting a support kill with the smoke is not going to increase your advantage. If
No,
you're
it's nothing.
HellRaisers.
You do that 3 times in a game.
Sure.
And that's all 3 of the smokes that would have killed TB. And then the game is over. The TB team wins because every smoke was interrupted. And that's one of the times. So Gilgir just prevented one of the potential points in the game where they could have taken a huge lead on HellRaisers. Well, look, the gold lead goes up when that happens. It's so funny.
Naive's able to get a lot of space. I mean, this TB is farming in a way that's keeping him 2k ahead of the Kasani Arc Warden. And this is a Kasani Arc Warden that has got the Midas. So should be able to catch up in theory as TB himself, right? He's not running a Midas this game, the TB.
That's always nice when you can just pop drums and run away from the clockwork. It's all the move speed he needs. But yeah, I mean, this TB hero, he just jungles faster than anybody in the game. He jungles so quickly that you would honestly prefer to just leave the lane and jungle if you have a choice. Because you jungle faster than you kill lane creeps. That's how fast he jungles, because he can kill multiple camps at once at like level 2.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, with this sort of high armor, the illusions are just insanely strong. Early on in the game, very durable against these neutral creeps that only offer up the physical punch. And Neo, how we seen on this Orchid? Very close to being done. So recipe already picked up, just waiting on that quarterstaff gold.
Yeah, that'll be effective this game. There's 4 heroes on HellRaisers that get destroyed by the Orchid. If you can get Arc Warden before his clone, that's amazing. If you can get Phoenix before his egg, Pango before his roll, Ember Spirit, this hero has to be disabled or he just runs away from you with the remnants. Trying to set up on him? Nah, he's not going to let it happen.
Yeah, it's hard before this blink's there. It's nearly done though. Cheshire Cat just 100 gold on the blink.
Yep.
They really need that. Other than that, it's kind of up to Gilgir for finding the roll-ins, but even then there's going to be some short moment and chance for response, dodging.
Gilgir, he sees Miposhka. Rune up?
He's going to go for it. Just to make sure that if there was a 16-minute rune, Miposhka won't find it. Kicks Miposhka away. But Phoenix chasing in. And they'll find the one. Cheshire Cat also may be in a bit of trouble. He's got Mio by his side. That'll be enough to stop Phoenix chasing for more. Also, Suzuya heading across. They're going with the Orchid. They've got the duel as they're trying to walk in. But Miposhka comes in with a hook shot. He holds back Cheshire Cat. Cheshire Cat's actually going to die for that attempt. The Supernova's out. They're going to step over, look to take down the egg. Can they do so? They can. A double kill for Naive as he cleans up. Ego on the run. Naive, he's going to get him as well. Can't disjoint those right clicks with the Slight Fist. Not nowadays. You used to be able to. Not now, as Naive triple kill. I mean, what a beautiful time for him to just step outside of his half of the map. 6-0-1. He's massive. This is a massive Terrorblade for 17 minutes in. He's going to take a tower here as well. I mean, a TP's coming in from Funnick, but he is not going to be able to put a stop to this. This is a free tower for the Terrorblade as Naive's farm just continues to eclipse anything else in the game.
This just looks like one of those classic games where you're running a TB counter on one team, but the TB has just had free farm. He's had a couple of kills here and there, and he just outfarms anybody. Like, with an item advantage, nothing counters Terrorblade. That's one of the nice things about picking this hero right now, is that if you're good enough at it, you'll be fine.
And he's just back to hitting the jungle. I mean, he's happy to do this, as you say, as long as he's staying ahead. There's no rush for the TB to get involved. Down bottom, a bit of a smoke movement from Khan on its way towards Funnick. Cheshire Cat, he's got the blink now, so easy setups there. But they got enough burst, not to kill him through the duel, but they will get the kill nonetheless. So, as that blink being shown, HellRaisers are going to have to be very careful how they push out these lanes and split up, as the catch and kill from these 3 heroes is definitely very potent. They're going to be constantly on the hump whilst Khan just cleans up all the space that he's given.
You know, the interesting thing about going for this drums into pipe build on the Legion and not playing to win duels is that you're also not going to lose duels. Like, you're too tanky to lose duels, right? It's just going to time out. So it's not really as much of a risk as building to play those duels with damage.
Top lane Gilga. Leading on a Miposhka, out with the TP. They've not got anything to stop it, but it doesn't matter. The damage is enough. They'll be able to burst down Miposhka just at the last moment before he gets away. Mio, he's hunting for more with his arcane. Ego hiding in the trees. Can he find the vision for the Orchid? Gilga's in. There's the silence. Gilga kicks forward, has the slow, rolls forward with the stun. They've got the lockdown. They've also got the duel as Khan making fast plays here with the 4 of them, and this is pretty much sort of the dream flow right for TB game. 4 heroes running around the map, causing chaos. TB enjoying the whole bottom half to himself. In the middle of the river though, Cheshire Cat will be found. Funny gets the roll over onto Suzuya. They are starting to get split up here as they'll head towards Gilga. Roll away from the Earth Spirit. Gilga, he's just happy to be making space here. Miposhka totally off the mark there with that hook shot. He might not even find Gilga as he rolls away once more, further up the cliff to push him right up the map. They're spending a lot of time looking. He doesn't have a TP though, so he hasn't got any easy way out of here, but he doesn't care. They're not even going to be able to find him without it.
Yeah, he's in one of these nice little hidey holes. That was... I was about to question why he didn't go for a long roll there. Oh, they see him. They see him. They know he's there. The flare. He doesn't know that they know he's there, but they know he's there.
Yeah, they should be able to kill him off, surely. Unless he can do something crazy. It's another roll. The chasing, the flux, the raids, they're all there. Finally, they get Gilga, but that was it took him a fair bit of time, right? Maybe close to a minute that he was sort of messing around in that area of the map. And all whilst this happens, Khan, they just have this TB naive slowly pushing further and further ahead of the Arc Warden. Yeah, BKB done, MKB next on the list, and he's sort of still chilling. He put that Manta recipe earlier. He just hasn't needed to sort of split that SMY up into it. He can go for the bigger items.
Doesn't feel like he needs it.
Yeah, just a casual recipe. That's mid lane. The Supernova's going to be popped down. The duel won't be won initially. They get the kill after it comes to an end. The Supernova will be successful. Naive's been hooked on the front of it, but he's got the BKB. There just isn't any follow-up physical damage to threaten this TB once the BKB's out. And funny, he also instantly bought back after dying. Won't actually be able to get back in on the action though, as Khan, they just step away.
Very nice for them. This Queen of Pain follow-up to the Legion is so convenient to have. Like, as long as you duel somebody, they're going to die. You have to pop a Quap ult for it. You have to wait for the Quap ult, of course. But every time you have that Quap ult up, duel is basically free, especially on somebody like a Pango. Very squishy.
Oh,
okay.
I mean, can they go for this? There's no meta.
Yeah, no Quap ults.
And with the disarm from Funnick, they do it pretty safely. Not necessarily very fast, though, and yeah, they're starting to back off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was ever going to happen there, that rush.
I think if
they
they
had,
had...
a bit ambitious.
If they had like a Slardar or something like that, I think probably that exact play works because you're killing it so quickly that by the time they get there, it's going to die. You pick up the Aegis, but Arc Warden not particularly fast at killing Roche at this point in the game. Not the worst, but pretty terrible.
Oh, another catch. Have they got the damage? They do. This time, Cheshire Cat will be able to do so before the duel comes to an end, so gets the bonus damage. I mean, they are getting a lot of catches with this Blink Legion. Like, at least 4 or 5 so far, it feels like, in the last 5 minutes or so since he's picked up that Blink Dagger. He has been able to find the setups.
Okay, so now he is actually going for the Blade Mail build because he's had so many successful duels at this point. It's kind of like, am I going to die in these duels if I don't go for these defensive items? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Build into the Blade Mail so that way you can actually be a threat to the Arc Warden. Even if he does put the bubble down, the Arc Warden will still kill himself on you. So, very, very nice against that hero.
And still Kasani, I mean, he has the Mjolnir done. Still sitting 3k behind this TB. As towers continue to get pressured by Khan, this top lane. Tier 1 getting very, very low here, but HellRaisers are all about to hold. See Naive, how's he doing on the gold front on top of the BKB? 3k into the MKB. And once he has that, there's going to be very little to hold him back. We see the Phoenix trying to get at least a Halberd online for the squad. So they've got some way of limiting the amount of damage Naive's going to be able to do in the team fights. So they do need it. This TB, if he goes unchecked, he will take down all of HellRaisers.
I wonder if he maybe will go for the Manta first, just because I don't feel like he needs the MKB yet against the Arc Warden, if that makes sense. Like, Arc Warden is already going to be dealt with by the other heroes currently, and then maybe play for the later timing where you need it against him. We'll see, though. I'm curious. Like, I feel like that's my gut read on this game, is that you don't need the MKB just quite yet.
But does he need the Manta?
That's a good point. I mean,
I mean, at this point, it's kind of like, does he need anything? Just his hero feels so strong with the way they're fighting. Mid lane, they've done it again. I mean, they are making so many plays with the Legion. The egg's out. Maposhka's going to try and keep it safe. It's not going to work out there as they still take it down. Gilga rolls back over to lock down Maposhka. I mean, they are just... I can't remember the last game where I've seen a team just get so many blink duel opportunities, one after another. HellRaisers just can't stop getting caught out.
They found the real Arc Warden.
They're going to be able to get him. Kasani goes down. This was a buyback from Maposhka in an attempt to keep him safe. He can't save him. They jump forward once again. The damage and the reach is there for Naive. I mean, HellRaisers, they're just crumbling. Khan's just playing so fast and so well that HellRaisers look completely lost across the map. We're just seeing people get picked off again and again and again. Khan's going to head into the Roche pit. This Roche is going to get pretty much level 20 on Naive and the money to have his MKB done at 25 minutes.
Khan basically just hit this timing where they know that they can fight. They know that the Blink Duel is a threat to any sort of split pushing that's happening from HellRaisers. Yeah. And they have not hit a single jungle creep since then. The only person that's jungled ever is TB. Everybody else is constantly on the hunt. You see the Queen of Pain and the Legion Commander, and they're constantly playing together. This is by design. They did this on purpose.
Oh, Funnick, he's tried to come in with the Roche, and they just already down. Funnick, he's just got to roll out of them. Mayo's trying to chase. Funnick should be out and away, or is he? They've found him. They've got the silence. The Cheshire Cat, he's in with the duel. Another blink duel, and now starting to really build up that damage. Plus 90 on Cheshire Cat. It just goes to show how well things have been going for him on the Legion. And you know, that 90 damage isn't even the full story. Lots of these kills early on, he didn't even get the damage, but still got the kills. Just so much being done with this Blink Legion this game.
And you know, this is the problem. If you have a great draft, like hero-wise, versus the enemy team, if there's infinite scaling, it doesn't matter. If you have some Legion popping off, she could be versus 5 Legion hard counters. You give her enough duels, and all of a sudden it doesn't matter if you have somebody that's going to carry like a
bottom. He's got the BKB, looking for a Sunder target. That'll do.
Thank you for the clone. That was very generous. Forces his BKB, which puts it on a lower duration, which, you know, that's something. That's about all they can ask for with Funnick being dead right now.
And we see it. Actually, he ended up selling the Manta recipe at this point.
Oh.
I mean, he's like, dude, I'm having such a good game. Let's just kill people.
Yeah,
Daedalus.
The Daedalus.
He's going for the hard hits. I mean, this Terrorblade already, the BKB definitely seems like enough right now with the lead that he has and the lack of items. Some of HellRaisers' cores are holding at this stage of the game. They're falling behind. You look at the Ember and the Pango. For all the sort of solid stuff they're having in the lanes, it's totally been lost right now. Ego, what was he? Was that 1, 5, and 3 or something? It's not a great KDA. Just hasn't had a good time. Yeah, you see that 1, 5, and 3 on the mid Ember. That's not what you want to see from your mid player.
No, you want him to be clearing these TB illusions at this point, but there's no way with just a Maelstrom, Yule Scepter. He can't be that guy. He wants to be that guy, but he can't be that guy.
HellRaisers, they're going to try this. They go in, and they've got him. They do straight up kill the TB there. There was nobody to help him on the front as he just popped. And now Cheshire Cat, he's going to die as well. A second one. And for all the great plays from Khan, that certainly the mistake. I guess they really underestimated the capability of their TB dying in literally less than a second as he hit that tower. But HellRaisers made the jump, and the Terrorblade, for all his farm, just fell over.
I'm a little surprised that they gave the Aegis to the Queen of Pain. I wasn't paying attention during the Aegis pickup just because I assumed it's like, all right, you give this to your TB, right? Because he's going to be sieging. Like I suppose it's because the meta, you respawn, you don't have meta, but at the very least, you come back alive, you can BKB TP out. or you can just save the meta until after the Aegis respawn. But I think just underestimating the Pango there. That's what that was. The lockdown from him. It was too much.
Top lane as well. Now you go with the Yules. Is trickier to catch. I mean, and those sort of fights are big. You look at the farm on the Arc Warden. Kasani, he's catching right back up. Gilgit able to put a stop to King R's TP. And managed to make sure that more glory is found from Mio. Taking quite the hits here from the Tempest double, but Gilgit with a kick away and a rollout will keep the two of them safe. Only just though.
Close, yeah, seriously close. I mean, he has the Aegis, so honestly, at this point, he probably just wants to use it.
Yeah, I mean, so how, with the farm that can't have, do they make sure that that doesn't happen again? Do you just not have the TB on the front hitting the tower, or you've got to try and go for a wraparound, being positioned in a way that you're able to instantly jump to his safety?
When he gets an eventual Scotty or Satanic, I think he has more effective HP to survive the exact same thing happening again.
Is that also a downside in his build? Like, after you've seen that, are you still happy that he's going for the Daedalus after the MKB, or do you think that could be a bit of a problem?
I think there's a potential world where he looks back at this replay, if they do end up losing, and he says, that should have been a Satanic. It just depends. Like, you need to get a jump. If you are not going for a Satanic, if you're not going for something to survive the exact same team fight, which I think HellRaisers could very easily execute again because they seem to have the skill to be able to do so, then you need somebody else to go in. You need to get the initiation on them, which looks like that's what they're doing.
They managed to get the catch here onto the Phoenix. Funnick popping the Rolling Thunder from the side. He's trying to help, but the Sonic Wave's already killed off the Phoenix. A buyback comes out from King R. Funnick getting low as he has to roll away from Naive and the Metamorphosis. Jumps aside from the Ember, but there's the catch. He finds the duel. It's onto Kasani. Kasani's dead, and he does not have the gold for buyback. 1,600 short. Silence out on him, Miposhka. He's going for the TP out, but they've got the nukes to take him out before he gets away. As Khan back on track to winning fights. 2 dead and a big window here. A full minute. No Kasani Arc Warden to push back these lanes.
Man, Cheshire Cat is constantly getting the real Arc Warden in these fights. And
these duels.
It's such a problem. It's such a problem for HellRaisers. You cannot let... If everybody dies in the game, in an Arc Warden game, it doesn't matter. As long as that hero survives, he can defend base and he can eventually carry you. The problem is when he dies. He's literally got a clone to work with. You just have something you can throw in, and it's not your hero, but it does everything that your hero does. So it's honestly, I want to say it's on the Arc Warden. You should never get caught out like that. That's kind of the whole point of the hero, is that he's an impossible to kill carry because he just has a second version of himself that it doesn't matter if it dies. Man, he can't keep dying like that. He is going to feel like a non-factor soon. He's kind of felt like a non-factor, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he's just always been playing in the shadow of the Terrorblade this game.
Yeah.
Like, you just sort of look at the difference in impact that the Kasani's had in comparison to Naive, and it's just not been great for the Arc.
They do go for a smoke here. I'm not sure how they chain lockdown that.
Who are you going on?
That Pango, that fight with the Pango. I know I said they can easily do it. That was more so hyping up how HellRaisers has been fighting. I think they've been playing the fights really well, especially with Funnick. But it's actually not easy to chain lockdown somebody like that with the Pangolier. That's not an easy thing to do. I think they honestly need like a sheep stick on the Arc Warden, and then fights become a lot easier. Double sheep, that'll give you the disable you need. Hurricane Pike on TV now. That's going to help for sure. Solve the problem with the Clockwork Cogs. You can force out of the Pango ulti as well. Into the Arc Warden bubble.
Just a little scared to leave the base now, HellRaisers. I mean, we saw that the last fight they had that was a good. The whole was on the back of Khan pushing in a little recklessly. So maybe just holding on for that that sort of scenario to occur again, waiting for the TB to step up. And since then, obviously stepped up in damage with the Daedalus, but hasn't really changed in HP and armor, so just as squishy as before.
Does have that Titan Sliver. That'll help out. Titan Silver? Titan Sliver?
Sliver.
I never remember which one it is.
It's a sliver, like a sliver is a Small shard of
Thank you.
like metal. You know, you have like a sliver.
I know what a sliver is.
Well, a lot of people don't.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't. And we like to be educational here.
I'm gonna call it my girlfriend. She called it Titan Slither for a long
Was
time.
it Titan what?
Slither.
Slither.
What do you think? It's a snake?
I mean, that's close enough. Slither.
I know. There's so many variations.
Oh. Look who they found. Oh, no.
Oh,
Look who
God.
they... Oh, dude, they found him again.
Sonny, man.
Oh, no.
Nothing else even matters.
Yeah, they just catch the arc.
It's the Arc Warden, the Phoenix, whatever, man.
I mean, that ward just down there giving them the clear vision for the jump.
Yeah.
But you just shouldn't be standing like that. I mean, how's he getting caught like
You know, if this is Arteezy, you just sit in base. It's boring as all hell. It's not like any other carry, but that's the way it is with Arc Warden.
Yeah, very painful deaths here from Kasani.
Yeah. Very good warding, though. Whoever placed that ward down, they're the MVP, actually. Like, these are very deep wards. Really understanding that, or showing that they understand this Arc Warden hero and how he wants to play. But,
I mean...
you just have to be disciplined.
And he bought back. He bought back. So, I mean, that happens once more. It's game over.
It's literally over.
Obviously, the game at the moment does look very, very good for Khan anyway.
Yeah.
They're 22k ahead. They're likely to close this up. But at the moment, well, at least until the arc have been picked off a couple of times, there was maybe a chance. But Kasani now falling quite far behind.
Yeah, look how far away he is. Only 800 gold. You know, you'd think at this point, it's like, okay, maybe he's going to pick up a sheep, maybe he's going to pick up a satanic, and then a fight changes. Like, he needs 5 to 10 minutes to get another item. We'll say 5 minutes. 10 minutes is very, you know, that's if things go very horribly.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, again, if the game goes for 10 minutes, maybe that's a good thing for them. I feel like at this point, it might not last 10 minutes.
And he's trying to come in with a rat, Kasani.
Good split pushing. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. Great damage. Man, is he going to get it?
Oh, yeah, he's getting the tower.
Dude, very nice. Okay. We see you, Kasani. We see you.
He's going to have the double back up again pretty shortly. Someone's going to have to go back and deal with those creeps. They are starting to cut the wave bottom with Naive's illusions. And also...
He's in again.
Yeah, he's in. He's still got creeps with him. No one's gone back to address that split push or the creep wave.
They have to deal with
Now Mayo's TPing back in the quad. But the range racks are gone. So Kasani able to get something out of this push.
Now the fear on Queen of Pain, that helps out a lot. Just blink into these fights, disrupt, let Cheshire Cat jump on the real Arc Warden. Yeah, that's a...
Yeah, they've got to watch out for this split.
They do.
That'll be how HellRaisers do it if they get back in on this.
Yeah, 100%.
Dire are scanning.
They've got to get the top lane going too. It's nice to have both of these side lanes to work with if you're Arc Warden, and it looks like Funaki is trying to make that an option by cutting up this top wave here. Great split pushing by HellRaisers. I mean, this is very nice, disciplined split pushing. You don't want to be in this position, but being able to do this, being skilled enough to do this is what keeps you in games. This is what lets you come back. In fact, I always say that the reason that low-rated games are often just such huge stomps, minus the high ground throwing, is because high-rated players do this. They do the wave cutting. They do the burrowing into trees and going for ganks where, like, you shouldn't be there because you shouldn't be able to get there other than going through tree lines.
Did that.
Obviously, at this level, everybody's quite good at this.
Oh, he's there again, dude. He's there again.
Yeah.
You got to get back. You got to get this bottom lane sorted out.
Yeah, you have to constantly cut this. I think TB's been pops out the ult to deal with the illusion.
Generation.
I mean, it's worth it. You get a lot of gold for it. It's not like they're fighting anytime soon. They have to push out the lane anyway. We are at the 37-minute mark, so we're going to get those items coming out. That's definitely a game changer for the Arc Warden. If he can get...
What do you want? Leveler?
Leveler would be great for what he's doing right now. But what's the cooldown reduction? I never remember the neutral items.
Spell Prism?
Spell Prism. Very image guy. I know the image quite vividly. But
Yeah, Spell Prism would definitely help him kind of get that boost to the farmer. Like, yeah, you help him finish off his 6 items in terms of the spamming of the double, the Midas.
Yeah, I think just sending the clone to split push like this, it'll be a lot easier.
At a higher frequency, yeah.
They have no creep wave to work with. Okay, now they finally have one.
Okay, Phonic. He's going to start things on to Naive. Naive forced aside, but Mio's actually just straight into the high ground. He blinks straight in. He is dead, but he has the Aegis. Cheshire Cat's able to walk in for the duel opportunity onto the Phoenix. They'll get him. That's King Art down. No buyback. Naive takes a second as he turns over towards Ego. Ego also does have that direct. It's Kassan. He's dead. He's just dead to the TV. It's over. It is over, ladies and gentlemen. As the tier 4s will fall, GG is called, and HellRaisers leave the game as Khan take the series victory here. 2-1 in this best of 3. Khan moving on.
What was that picture that, did you see the little chat that Ego put? It was like a